bro, am I
You're
overreacting?
not. I'll be honest, you're not.
Nah, I'm not an idiot. Don't treat me like that, bro.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me. That's like, because I swear down, I don't care if it's a challenge. Like, there's a way to go about it and be respectful. And she ain't respectful.
Yeah.
Chat to me when she wants, but I'm not chatting to her, bro. And I'm gonna tell her about herself when she does.
God, I'm really nervous for Shaq because I know how the internet can switch on someone very fast and how they're very unforgiving. I think he was right to be in his feelings, but hey, it is what it is. Hey there, it's Valerie. Welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, season 9, episode 18. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment. So, in this episode, we start off with Ron and Kai sort of giving each other advice, and it's the blind leading the blind, really, sadly. Because Kai is sort of talking about, oh, I'm thinking of pursuing Olivia, and it's like, you've been there for 2 weeks. You've barely spoken to Olivia. You've always been with Tennille. You went to anime, you went back to Tennille, and then you were chasing Sammy. And out of the blue, you're suddenly chasing Olivia. Why? Is there something we didn't get to see then? What happened? I didn't get that bit. And the fact that he was saying, "Oh, I didn't chase Olivia because she was interested in Tom," and blah. And it's like, so what happened to her interest in Tom? Did it go away as soon as Zara left? Then what was it? I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I found it very confusing. Anyway, we then move on to Olivia and Sammy. They are invited on the date. Olivia goes on a date with Casey, and Sammy goes with Jordan. And you can see Sammy's not interested in Jordan. The way she was talking to him, the fact that she says, "Oh, he's looking to settle down, and I am not yet at that point," and it's like, yeah, but still, you could get to know him. You could show some sort of interest. I don't think she was interested in him. I think Sammy is more interested in Ron, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she's interested in Tom. I think her interest is in Ron, but I don't know what's going on there. Casey has a chat with Olivia. Olivia is very excited because, she's been called out. I think Olivia wants to be very popular. And somehow, given how this episode played out, it seemed as though Zara was sent home because she was outshining some of the girls, and the producers had their girls that they wanted to shine. And because Zara was now overtaking and becoming more popular than everybody else in the villa, this is why she was taken out so that everybody else could get a chance to shine. Because as soon as Zara went home, the spotlight turned on Olivia because Olivia got to have a date with Casey. From there, she went on a date with Jordan after having spoken to Kai. Um, and so I I find there's a lot of gameplay in the sense that I find that there's a lot of gameplay taking place, and everybody was criticizing Zara and saying she was playing a game. Yet Olivia was interested in Tom up until suddenly she showed some sort of interest in Spencer, and then she moved on, went to Kai as soon as Kai called her and said she was still interested in getting to know him. And then suddenly she's on a date with Casey. She really likes Casey. She thinks they've got great chat. She moves on. Her next date is with Jordan, and Casey's next date is with Jesse. I personally don't get the rationale behind Casey asking for Jesse because Jesse already told him she was closed off. She was in a coupling with Will, and even as soon as she sat down, she told him, I'm happy in my couple, but I'm happy to, assist you in looking for someone. If you're really interested, just let me know which girl it is, and I'll go after that girl with you. And in my opinion, you can now see Jesse's gameplay. Jesse, because they had a conversation with Casey and she was saying, yes, she is planning on moving to the UK. So I think she wants to come to the UK with a large fan base. And the only way she can do that is if the fans fall in love with her because of Will, because she knows Will is very popular with the fans. So I think she's going to ride that Will train for as long as she can or as long as it's beneficial to her. Olivia seems to enjoy her date with Jordan. She says they're about the same age, they have the same goals, they're looking for someone to settle down with. Um, and she was in a more bubbly mood today. It was surprising. She's happy with her day. She's happy with how things went with the date. And it's like, but you've just been talking to Kai. Make it make sense. Pick a person and stick to them. You're interested in Kai. You're interested in in Spencer. You're interested in Jordan. You're interested in Tom. Who exactly are you interested in? Make it make sense. Hey. Will obviously was a bit nervous about Jesse going on a date, but as soon as Casey came back, he was able to reassure him and tell him that, Jesse told me that she's closed off. She's only interested in you, and that's it. And he also spoke about his date with Olivia. He spoke about his date with Lana and how they got on very well with Lana. And you could tell Ron was nervous. I think Ron, for all his game talk, he suddenly realized that, oh my God, my girl is going to go. I think after that date. Whereas I personally don't get why Jordan chose Sammy or why he chose Olivia. Tennille makes sense. I think he should have chosen Ellie. I don't know who else he could have chosen of the girls though, because Zara's gone. I think he should have, if Zara was still there, he would have chosen Zara, Tennille, and Ellie. That would make more sense because they are sort of a bit more emotionally mature and are sort of on the same level as he is. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody gets ready for the night out. They go, they enjoy themselves, they're celebrating. And Lana gets to sit down with Casey. You can tell that Lana is very interested in Casey. Lana is very interested in Casey, the way she keeps talking to him, the way she's smiling. I hope she's not doing it to make Ron jealous. I hope she's doing it because she's opening herself up to getting to know Casey. Because I think Casey, I've said it before, Casey would make her a better partner than Ron. Ron is very immature, for lack of a better word. He doesn't have the emotional intelligence to sort of deal with Lana, and I think Lana is attached to Ron, maybe because of his backstory, what he told her about his, his disability and stuff. I don't want to say that's the reason why, but I personally don't get where their connection is, and that we should open herself up and continue to pursue things with Casey. Casey seems interested in Lana, so I really hope they work that out and Shaq to sit down and have a conversation about, their fallout the previous day. And I have to congratulate Shaq because he took ownership and said, I became too emotionally invested in something that I should not have been. Yes, you are my friend, but I should have given you my advice and moved on. I shouldn't have become so emotionally invested in your relationship to the extent that it seemed like I was becoming biased or I was taking sides. I think Ron, the reason why he pulled Shaq aside, I think the producers told him, pull Shaq aside. We want, there to be a commotion or whatever. And I think this was not the sort of the outcome they expected. And I have to give it to Ron because he acknowledged that yes, he's happy that Shark will always give him his unbiased and honest opinion. But they, they were able to sort it out, which is one thing I like about men is that they're very quick at resolving any problems. Whereas ladies, we always carry over, a bit of a grudge and we won't let go of things at times. Um, we then have Spencer having a chat with Olivia, and so they've decided, Olivia and Spencer have decided to call it quits. I said this before at the recoupling that I didn't think that it was best for Spencer to pick Olivia at the recoupling. He would have been better off had he picked maybe Ellie or Zara because I think Olivia is just too. Her pace is just too mellow for him. I think he would have been better off with someone like Ellie or someone like Zara. So they agreed to that, they don't have that spark. And I think they're going to try and pursue things with other people. And I don't know who else he can pursue things with at this point in time because Jordan then pulls Ellie aside for a chat. And they seem to get on very well. They do a bit of flirting. They do have, some adult conversation, which sort of makes sense on their part. I can see them being a couple. Alice does seem very interested in Jordan, so I hope he's someone she will consider and he will be someone she'll open up to just because Tom has already told her that, they're on friendship vibes and that's it, and all they'll do is flirt. So I really hope she takes it seriously. Olivia then runs up. This was the Olivia show today. Olivia then runs up to have a conversation with Kai. For some reason, even though Olivia chose Kai on the first day, Olivia took Kai from anime, and as soon as Tennille stepped out, Kai then stepped away from Olivia. So I'm suddenly surprised that after that encounter, we never saw them together up until today, and now somehow they've got this great chemistry. They really like one another. They like talking to one another. They want to explore and see where things go. And it's like this has more producers meddling in mind than anything else. Anyway, then we have Lana and Ron. I don't even know why Lana's entertaining him. I don't know why Lana's entertaining him. He does tell her he wants to make more of an effort, and it's like Are you making more of an effort because you're interested in Lana, or are you making more of an effort because you've seen that Lana and Casey might be building on something and you want to make sure that you still keep her interested in you since you've already been told that she's your safety net, so you want to pretend to make more of an effort? I don't get it. I don't get that relationship. Kai and Sammy sit down, they have a conversation and agree, and Kai sort of lets it be known that he's decided to pursue Olivia, and he feels that him and Sammy might not be a great fit. And it's like everybody knew that at the recoupling, everybody could see that Sammy was not interested in you, and I don't even know why you picked her. You picked her out of anger. The recoupling was based on people's feelings and emotions and how they were feeling at that point in time, not because of anything else, but because of their anger and their fallouts that they had had. This is how the recoupling went, and the producers sort of benefited from that mayhem. You should never have chosen Sammy. He might have been better off staying with Tennille, but hey, it is what it is. The next morning, everyone after the catch up, obviously, with people talking about their relationships, and Olivia suddenly moving away from Tom, even though before Zara left, she kept saying, "Tom and I want to get to know one another." We barely saw Tom in this episode. We barely saw Tom, given all the hype people were giving him online, saying that oh, he will have the last laugh when he sends Zara home. Well, he sent Zara home. Zara went home with a lot of smoke, in the sense that she went home with a lot of fan support, and then suddenly we didn't even see him in the episode. We barely even heard him speak. Anyway, so in the morning we have Ron and Kai making breakfast, and Casey walks up to Lana to ask her, "What do you want for breakfast?" And suddenly Ron says, "I'm already making her breakfast," and it's like, she's been there for 2 weeks. You haven't done this, and suddenly you've decided to make her some breakfast. Why? Why? You're not doing it out of interest or out of care. You're doing it because there's competition there, and that doesn't make sense. And I don't know why Lana was eating all that up. But it was interesting that Kai and Olivia obviously had their date. They sat down. They had their breakfast. Jordan was sort of teasing them, about the breakfast, and then Lana had breakfast with Ron, and as soon as she finished the breakfast, she went and she sat with Casey because I think she can tell that Ron is playing games. She can tell Ron is playing games. I don't think he's really interested. I think he's just doing it for the attention that he's getting. But heck, it is what it is. Then receives a text message to say, they're going to be playing a kissing game. And I'm happy that everybody brushed their teeth. Very happy because everybody took care of their dental hygiene, which was important because you're kissing way too many people. And if someone has got oral thrush, then they're going to pass it down the line. Anyway, I digress too much. So they started the kissing game. Some of the girls took it seriously. Some of them were playing a game. People like Olivia and Tennille were very competitive, and Tanya, whereas some of the girls were kissing the people they like, and the people they didn't like, they didn't kiss. And it was interesting that, when it came to Sammy, she was kissing the guys. She appeared to take it seriously in the sense that she had really put in an effort with the guys that she was interested in and wanted to see if there was anything there. Whereas some of the girls, like Jessie was playing games. Jessie really was playing games in the sense that she knows what she's after. I've said it before. So she really took it seriously when it came to Will, but everybody else, she was just playing games because I remember Aaron gave her a zero point 0.5, and that was the only time we heard him talk, surprisingly. This is where the drama started because Olivia, after Tennille kissed Ron, she just started saying, "Oh, that was too long a kiss. That was too long a kiss," and it's like, please don't start any drama. We don't need any drama. Just as I said, was playing games. Ellie, Ellie took it seriously. Ellie took it seriously, and she got very good marks for it because most of the guys gave her 8 and above, so she was very good at that. And then we have poor little Tanya. Tanya really went for it. I think Tanya used this opportunity to kiss all the guys she wanted to kiss just because she couldn't kiss some of the guys because she knew it would upset Kai. So she thought, since it's a game, I'm going to make the most of it. Even those guys that I'm interested in, I'm going to make the most of it and see how it goes. So in the end, Tanya won. She got the highest score, which wasn't surprising. And Lana, oh poor Lana, she did try her best, I think. Casey gave her a good mark, because she went really in. I think Lana is very interested in Casey. She then tried her best with Ron, but still her mark wasn't as high as Tennille or Sammy, so it's really sad. After the game, when as soon as the scores because Jessie got the lowest score with 40.5, followed by Tennille. Obviously, she didn't really kiss some guys that she didn't like. Um, and then it was Sammy, followed by Ellie, followed by Lana, and then Olivia was in second place. And with 80.5, almost double of what Jessie got, was Tanya. Because all the guys, I think the lowest mark she got was an 8, and that was between Will and Kai. Everybody else gave her, Aaron gave her an 8.5, Casey gave her an 8.5, Shaq gave her a 10, obviously, Ron gave her a 9.9. Tom gave her a 9.6. You can see who she's really interested in. I'm surprised Ron really rated her that high because they've never really had a conversation, but hey, it is what it is. And after that, that's when we had the fallout because Shaq then got in his feelings because all the guys were saying how great Tanya was at kissing, and it's like, it's a game. It's a game. Take it as that because you were also kissing the girls. It's not like you were not kissing the girls. You were kissing the girls. So I think he shouldn't have really got that upset. Yes, he did try to speak to the guys to sort of get their opinion as to whether or not he was overreacting. I wish the boys had given him an honest opinion. I wish the boys had sort of managed to contain him because the girls were running to tell Tanya that, Shaq was upset. And Tanya was just sitting there going, oh, it's going to give me the egg. It's going to give me the egg. And it's like, maybe instead of saying that, pull him aside and just have a conversation. Since the two of you have declared that you love one another, try and have a conversation or just try and sort of check on him and say, do you want a minute to just calm down and then we'll have a conversation instead of just saying, oh, it's giving me the ick and you just continue sitting somewhere because it's only going to make things worse. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.